Hey, I'm Todd Newton. Welcome to the Tattoo Traveler. And like the sign says, fried chicken lovers, it all started right here in Corbin, Kentucky. In the heart of the Appalachian Hills lies a small town, Corbin, Kentucky, a place rich with the history, flavor, and spirit of American entrepreneurship. In this quiet community, in fact, in this home, the story of Colonel Harland Sanders and the early days of what would become the iconic Kentucky Fried Chicken began to take shape. It was the 1930s and 40s that a determined man first introduced his signature blend of herbs and spices to local diners. He operated out of a modest service station that was here. It was also a little roadside restaurant, and Sanders quickly earned a reputation for his mouth-watering fried chicken, embodying the true taste of Southern comfort. Travelers passing through Corbin were captivated by not only the savory aroma, but also the genuine hospitality that the Colonel offered at his establishment. Well, word soon spread throughout the region, and his humble operation blossomed into a culinary phenomenon. Facing challenges and the changing tides of post-war America, Colonel Sanders persevered with unwavering commitment to quality, perfecting that secret recipe that would later become world famous. Each piece of chicken that was served here at the then Sanders Cafe was crafted with care, reflecting both the simplicity and the bold flavors of traditional Southern cooking. Today, at the KFC Museum, you're greeted by a carefully curated collection of memorabilia that really captures the essence of who Colonel Sanders was and, of course, his enduring legacy. You can wander through these galleries that are filled with vintage photographs, paintings, original signage, antique kitchen equipment that I'll show you in just a moment. All of it tells the story of a humble roadside restaurant that transformed into a global phenomenon. Colonel Sanders was never a military colonel. The title in his name comes from the honorary designation of Kentucky Colonel, deserving of that infamous white suit there. That's the highest title of honor bestowed by the governor of Kentucky, and it's given to individuals who have made significant contributions to the state. Harland Sanders earned this distinction in 1935, long before he was a household name. This exhibit was pretty interesting. This is some of the original furnishings that once filled Colonel Sanders' original dining establishment here in Corbin. Kind of allows you to imagine yourself sitting where countless travelers once dined, enjoying all those flavors and hospitality. Now, this museum is on the actual site of Colonel Sanders' motor court that he opened in the 1930s. He wanted it to be a haven for America's road-weary travelers. In the early days of the automobile age, he recognized a need, a place where motorists could refuel their cars. Remember, he had a little gas station where he served the food, also where they could refuel themselves, I guess. And his dream was to combine a welcoming, home-like atmosphere with rooms like this that at the time were modern, efficient. If you think about it, it was a revolutionary vision to combine or blend a roadside diner with the innovation of a motor court. And he didn't want it to just be a pit stop. He wanted it to be practical. And as you can see by these furnishings, he wanted it to be somewhat luxurious. And keep in mind, in the 30s and 40s, you couldn't just pick up your iPhone and call your family and let them know where you were on the road. There were really expensive long-distance charges. Communication just wasn't as accessible, as easy as it is today. So he put payphones in each room so the travelers could contact their loved ones. He thought that connection with family was really important. Now let's talk about the secret recipe, those 11 herbs and spices. Colonel Sanders was beyond dedicated to improving the taste of his fried chicken, perfecting it. Now that recipe is locked away in a secure safe I'll never see it, but it was created right here. Some say the formula includes just the right proportions of salt, pepper, garlic, paprika, and other aromatic seasonings, each chosen to enhance the natural taste of the Colonel's chicken. And the magic of those 11 herbs and spices, along with the Colonel's determination, of course, ensured that KFC's chicken would never be bland or inconsistent. And it's really interesting to walk through the original kitchen, see all of this equipment, because it pays tribute to the Colonel's relentless pursuit of flavor and excellence. All right, I want to talk now about the buckets at KFC. They're almost as iconic as the chicken itself. The classic KFC bucket is about 7 to 8 inches tall, crafted to maintain the heat and the crispiness of your chicken. It is safe to say that Colonel Sanders was one of the most recognized faces in the world. His image was everywhere. The signature goatee, the white suit, the black string tie. But believe it or not, even though he was the face of KFC, he wasn't comfortable in the spotlight. He much preferred working on the business, perfecting the secret recipe. This is my favorite part of the episode. Colonel Sanders transformed humble beginnings into a legacy of taste and innovation. Listen to this crunch. Aha! Excellence that lives on in every bite. I'm Todd Newton, the Tattooed Traveler. And until we meet again a little further down the road, travel safely.